making the DIY ravioli kit from Global Grub. This will be a review of this kit. I've never made raviolis before, so hopefully it'll be a new experience. And let's get started. So first we're gonna open up the box. So we open it up. Can you see it? We have instructions. We have some 00 flour. What's that? Truffle infused olive oil. A ravioli stamp. And some dried porcini mushrooms. Okay, so now we're going to soak our dried porcini mushrooms in some warm water. So now we're going to get our dried porcini mushrooms, open them up. Oh, they smell amazing. We're just going to pour them right into our bowl. And then we're going to pour about a cup of warm water over them. And we're gonna let this soak for about 20 minutes. So for our filling, we're going to need a shallot and 2 cloves of garlic. Mince your shallot. Now you're gonna get 2 cloves of garlic. Mince 2 cloves of garlic. So first we're gonna add a little bit of olive oil to a pan. And turn the heat up to medium high. Now once your pan's hot, you're just gonna add your minced shallot and garlic. You're just going to cook these until they're nice and translucent, like this. Take them off the heat while we go get our mushrooms ready. So, the actual instructions say to chop your porcini mushrooms, but I want to put them in the food processor for an extra creamy texture. Now I'm just going to turn this on and grind these porcini mushrooms up until they're a nice smooth texture. Okay, now for our filling, we're going to add 2/3 cup of ricotta cheese. 1, 2. Now we're gonna add around a 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. Now you're gonna add your mushroom mixture, whether it's chopped or put in the food processor. You're just gonna add that to your ricotta cheese and Parmesan. Now we're going to add our garlic and shallot mixture. Add our salt and pepper. Now we're just going to mix that mixture up. Now your mixture, once you're done mixing, should look something like this. This is ready for our raviolis.
Quick editor's note. Yes. Beautiful hands.
Now that we're done with our filling, we're going to start our pasta. So first we're going to start by opening our flour, reserving 2 tablespoons. So whenever we're mixing it and kneading it, we have some extra flour. So now we're going to start making our pasta. So we're going to pour out our flour onto the table. Just all of it, except for that extra reserved 2 tablespoons that we set off to the side. So now that we have our pasta there, we're going to make a deep mound in the center with our hands. Make sure to spread out the flour. This is our 00 flour. Also, if you're making homemade raviolis without the kit, you can use all-purpose flour if you do not have 00 flour. Now, we have 2 eggs. We're going to crack them into this little bowl to get them ready to throw into our flour mold. Now we're going to pour our egg into the center of the bowl. Very careful when you're doing this so it doesn't overflow anything. Now we're going to add a little bit of salt. This, pinch some of it. Maybe a little bit more. Slide, please be quiet. Add that salt into there. Then add just a little bit of oil, like 1 teaspoon maybe. Flavor to it, make sure it mixes well. Okay, now with our fork, okay, we don't have to hold your thing. We're gonna go like this. We're just gonna slowly start mixing it. And while we're mixing it, we're going to, once we get it mixed, we're going to slowly incorporate the flour from the edges into it to make a thick dough. Once the dough is at a good level, we can start hand kneading it. So we're gonna slowly pull in the flour and start doing it until it's a nice shaggy dough. So now, to get into this, we're just gonna add some water real quick. Just make sure it stays nice and moist. I'm just gonna keep doing this. Throw some of it in. Add some more water. Just gonna keep the dough nice and moist so it doesn't dry out once we incorporate all this flour. So now, once the dough gets to a nice consistency like this, we're going to knead it for around 8 to 10 minutes. See you then once we get to that point. Now, after getting a well-deserved arm workout from kneading this dough, we're just going to ball it up and put it in some plastic wrap. So now you're gonna get your dough ball, make sure to test it, poke it. If it springs back like that, that's how you know it's done. Wrap it up, some plastic wrap. Now you're just gonna let this sit and rest for 30 minutes. Once it's proof for 30 minutes, we're gonna open this up. I'm gonna grab a bench scraper or a knife. If you're gonna cut this dough, make sure roughly in half. Doesn't have to be exact, just close, okay? Now, you're gonna get that out. Wrap this second half back up. Throw the second half back. Now, once you get that ready, you're gonna take some flour, sprinkle it on your work surface to make sure this dough doesn't stick. Place it out. Just kind of flatten it out with your hands so you can get a rough rectangular shape to roll it out into. Now you're gonna dust your rolling pin, or if you have a pasta machine, that'd work even better, but we don't, so you're just gonna do it like this. Make sure everything's nice and dusted. Dust this, and you're just gonna start rolling your dough out. Only go forwards and backwards, not right and left, because then that'll mess up the proportions of your dough. Once you get to this point, you're gonna wanna kind of book fold it like this, like this, like this. This will make sure it's nice, a rectangular shape all the way through. Press that out. Just keep going like this. And you're just gonna keep rolling like this until you get around a 1/16 of an inch thick dough. Now, when you're working with your dough, you wanna work with the back of your hands, because if you have your fingers, it pokes through. So, you're just gonna keep rolling it until you get really thin. So now, once you get your dough like this, you're gonna get your stuff, you're gonna scoop it up. You wanna do it only on the bottom half. So, make sure you're getting your little scoops, place them down, only a little bit, you don't want a bunch. So, just make sure each of these is nice. We're gonna keep doing that. So, now, once you get it to this point, you're gonna dip your some fingers in some water, and just water the dough around where your little fillings are to make sure the dough sticks. So now once you get to this point with your fillings, you're just gonna fold this top half over the raviolis. Make sure you get all the way over, and now we're going to start crimping around. Making sure you press out all of the air around it, around your fillings. Like this. And make sure it's sealed properly, because if not, your raviolis will leak and pop open. Just keep going like this, around each of your little ravioli mounds. So now once you get to this point, you're gonna get your pasta stamp, place it around it, and press down with some force, making sure your pasta is crimped. We're just gonna do that with each and every one of these raviolis. Now that we have all of our raviolis, we're gonna go ahead and make our sauce. So now we're going to add some cream to a pan. This is gonna be for our sauce. Once your cream starts getting to a boil or a simmer, you're just gonna add some Parmesan cheese to your sauce. And just know, you do not have to do a sauce for raviolis. You can do the included olive oil. So next, we're gonna season with our salt and pepper. Then we're gonna add some Italian seasoning. Now we're gonna reduce the heat and add some frozen peas. Not too much, because we don't want to overpower the raviolis. Enough to add that nice green color to this sauce. Now we're going to add our raviolis to our salted, hot, boiling water. They're going to cook for around 2 to 3 minutes. Once they're done, after around 2 to 3 minutes, using a slotted spoon, move the raviolis and place them on the plate or in their sauce. Now, get some pasta water from this and add it to your sauce. Now, just toss your raviolis in your sauce and let that cook down for a little bit. So, overall, the experience I've had with making this was really good. And it was really fun to do, and if you're getting new into pasta making, I would say it's an amazing thing to get. So now, we're going to do a taste test, final product with the sauce. Try this. That is delicious. And I think it's really good. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you next time.
Please remember to always be safe in the kitchen and to cook with care. This text-to-speech thing is weird. Anyways, you guys should subscribe if you are new, and to the editor as well. Thanks you all for 100 subscribers. Also, how do you guys like the new editing style? Let us know in the comments below.